thanks for briefing me on the conversation. I was like, what? I just went down there and I was like, what are we talking about?
Don't worry, we've got questions. We've got many questions.
We've done a lot of research, Maeve.
My light. You're not recording this, are you? Because I don't have lighting.
Oh, you look
You
absolutely
look great.
fantastic.
You look great.
I don't have lighting.
You look wonderful.
You look great.
And the background's almost as good as ours.
You're in safe hands. You're with the chief chat officer and his very strange friend. You'll be okay.
So today on the podcast, we're absolutely delighted to be joined by Queen Maeve, aka Maeve Madden, who is a model, actress, lifestyle blogger, personal trainer, former professional dancer, and of course a best-selling author. Maeve, welcome to the Rigbiz podcast. Firstly,
Thank you, guys.
are you a fan of the pod? Are you one of the millions who listens weekly?
No.
Oh.
But I will be now. I will be now.
That is surprising because
it is surprising because I'm such a huge fan of yours.
Well, Maeve, honestly, it's been known if people listen to the pod, it adds to their salary because there's a lot of little bits I say in the pod that people take into their work life. So, welcome. This will be an experience. Trust me.
It will be. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Maeve, you've been touted as the female Joe Wicks, saving the chassis of millions of men and women up and down the country with your daily workouts. How amazing was the lockdown? Obviously, it was horrible for some people, but how amazing was it for you for sort of a business opportunity? You massively grew and became a rock and roll star in the fitness world.
Yeah, me and Maeve, yeah.
We both did, yeah.
Well,
more so me, but that's okay. Maybe you'll learn something today.
Maybe. I'm hoping so.
Maybe. No, it was amazing. Actually, what happened was I thought that if I went into lockdown, I don't know why I thought this, but great that I did. So my family are all in Ireland, and I was like, why would I want to stay in London for lockdown? If I quarantine for 2 weeks, I'll be able to travel to Ireland and then quarantine with my family because obviously they would have, a house and outdoor space. Plenty of it for the entire family. So it's like, that's a great idea. So I went into lockdown like 2 weeks before, and then it was like, no, actually, we're shutting everything down. So I didn't get to do that. But yeah, because I was in lockdown, I wasn't going to the gym, and I thought, oh, you know what? I should probably do some kind of online workouts. Yeah. And so I started doing it, and people started joining in, and it really took off. And then I was doing it like 8 days a week. And I thought, let's do this just until we get out of lockdown. And then I set up a website, which is subscription based, which is fantastic. And everybody joined in, and then we went back into lockdown, and I was like, amazing. So that was great. We have like this whole tribe of queens, as I like to call them, whole tribe, male and female.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a queen. I'm a queen.
You are.
You are a queen.
I've looked at Maeve's business model, and I've got to say, safe to say, I'm actually bringing out a subscription-based website, but it's not on fitness, so don't worry. It's based on chat. People come to that website, and then they'll pay, like say £100 a week, and I'll give them bits and snippets to use in the city banter.
You also struggled to get home during the lockdown, didn't you?
I struggled to get. Yeah, I haven't seen my dad for nearly over 18 months now.
Yeah, I saw that. You're waiting until Christmas.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to him. Maeve, you'd love him. He's a really good guy. He's really, really funny, and I just can't wait to speak to him. I really can't. It's gonna be.
Well, he's obviously like the original king of chanter.
Yes, he is, and I tell him that the whole time. Yeah, I actually put him in my phone as Daddy Chanter, but he did ask me to remove that and just put Alistair, and I did. Yeah.
Right, so you have to have the respect. I was on your website earlier, Maeve, and you seem to be doing 2 workouts a day. I mean, I can't fathom 1 workout a week. So surely you wake up once, every single blue moon and go like, I just can't be asked to work out today. I look fantastic. It is my job. Yeah. But are there days where you struggle to get out and influence the masses?
No. Are you talking to me or Maeve?
I'm talking to Maeve.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think when you love what you do, it's not really like I do it anyway. Like we all would. We all get out and go to the gym. We all get out and work out. Like it's how I've always kind of started my day. So why not do it live and, and kind of get paid to do it and get other, women and men getting fit at the same time. Like you can do so much from home. It's actually amazing. Like we've had incredible transformations. But yeah, no, I don't really. You know what? Some days I'd say Saturday morning is probably the only day where I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to do. I don't know if I can swear.
No, you can.
You can.
Yeah. Also, it helps if you.
We absolutely love fucking swearing on this podcast.
It helps if you say it as well, because some people will take the audio.
It's very
talking to a guy who's.
So I'm not too sure, but some Saturdays, especially if I'm a little hungover, having to get up and do the workout, that can be really hard. But apart from that, no, not really. Like it's great. Like I love doing what I do, and kind of like then it's not really work, is it?
No, not really. I mean, for me, I love working, especially when I'm hungover, because it's just more rewarding. I love getting a good sweat on. I normally go when it's hot, which hasn't been recently. I normally get a mirror in the garden. I just strip down to some tiny shorts, and I'm there just in the kettlebell in the mirror doing like shoulder press in the mirror. But it just makes me feel good just watching my body go through the motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Maeve, I read also, from an interview about
visualizing that. Sorry for the silence.
Yeah, no worries. It's I know you're getting married, Maeve. So listen.
I got a big bit of
congratulations.
Well, Maeve, I've actually got a question, because obviously both me and you are influencers. Me more in the Clapham area, you more worldwide. But each to their own. But how do you deal with the sudden explosion of growing your account? Obviously, you encounter probably more difficult people. I mean, I get a lot of abuse in my inbox.
You do.
Sometimes, unnecessary abuse. I mean, I've done something about my teeth, and now they're going for the nose. But the nose is great. And then
touch the nose.
Yeah, I know.
Teeth are looking so much better, though. I am a teeth person.
Yeah.
And I must say, I'm really impressed. I'm so glad you did. Like that's all I watch when I'm looking at people is their teeth. I see your difference. I'm like, there you go.
They're sealing deals. Good. They are sealing deals. I know, because didn't you go to the dentist yesterday?
Oh, on Friday, yeah, I had
Friday.
10 veneers removed, and I'm temporary. So if I have a little bit of a lisp, it's because I have temporary teeth in, 10 of them. It's so painful. I'm on liquids, guys.
Oh my God.
It's really hard. I can hardly.
What, you're not eating solids?
I can't bite anything. I literally cannot bite. It's so hard.
I know how you feel. I normally go on liquids 2 weeks before I go to Dubai, just to shred down and reduce my body fat. And it's tough, but it is.
At Christmas, am I a stalker?
Pardon? What did you say?
I think I'm stalking you. I said, didn't you do a Christmas Day fast? I
did. That was more difficult because I couldn't make it to my dad's, and it was just really nice by myself in my house, and it just mentally was a real challenge, like a Christmas Day fast, and it was bloody good. Tough near the end, but yeah, I recommend that. Maybe that's something you could sell next year on your website. The Christmas Day fast. We could do a joint venture.
Well, yeah, I'll put it to the team.
Okay, no worries.
We have a team. We work together. I'll put that in there. See what they say.
And I'll speak to my PA, Tanya. And actually, can you write that down?
I will write that down. I'll write that down. Well, Maeve, growing up in Ireland, you were a dancer, I believe, before you became a model and what else. Did you dance for some sort of professional outfits out there? Were you with any famous bands?
I was an Irish dancer. I danced.
You were an Irish dancer. Traditional.
Yeah, the shows. Like I'm doing hand movements just because the audience can't. We're doing hand movements. This is the dancing. So I danced with Michael Flatley. I don't know if you know who that is.
Do I know who that is? Yes, I do. Him and Melinda Messenger were very prominent in my youth. Let me tell you, both absolute legends. Both very talented.
He is a legend. He really is. So I danced with him for like 2 years. So that was amazing.
Wow, that's very rock and roll in the Irish world.
It is. It's like the best.
Quite competitive.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, they only have 40 dancers in the show, so they only pick 40 from all. But there was people from like all over the world. There was a lot of Australians, Americans.
Like Clapham.
We had a guy from Korea. He was great.
Korean Irish dancer. Wow.
Clapham. I'm not sure. I'm just going countries rather than.
Maeve, whereabouts in London are you based?
I'm at the television. I'm at the BBC.
I love that area. The number of times I've tried to get into Soho House.
You're always trying to get into White City.
Yeah. I tell them I'm a member of the Ned. It's the same group. They say, unfortunately not. You work in the city. I say, I know a guy that plays a guitar. They say, no, you can't come in.
It's not quite good enough, sadly.
You can't go in there. That's okay, though. You don't. It's not so great.
It's got a swimming pool on the roof. Anywhere with a swimming pool on the roof is pretty. I mean, the Ned's got one of the best swimming pools in the roof. I know.
It is quite amazing.
Great place. Have you been to the Ned?
I have. I haven't been to the pool though.
Oh, you got to go upstairs. Yeah, obviously, like when you're in the city, let me know. I'll take you up there. You're obviously your fiance can come as well. Don't worry.
I was just thinking that. I was like, that sounds great. I'd love to go. It's like, oh wait, yeah, no, I can't.
No, it'll be dangerous. It'd be dangerous. I want him to feel comfortable. Don't worry, he can come as well. I'll bring Tanya.
Maeve, Archie's got one of the most famous breakfast routines, known in Clapham. And I actually found an interview with you about 4 years ago where you were talking about egg whites with gluten-free oats and asparagus with boiled chicken for lunch. It sounded just like Archie. Archie, normally you educate and inform people who come on this podcast, but it seems like you're nicking her routines.
No, I knew straight away when I started following Maeve on Instagram, I was drawn to that, and I just knew she was someone who would eat eggs in the morning. An instant connection. Egg whites.
But the asparagus, really? Did I really say that?
Asparagus and boiled chicken for lunch.
I feel like you can't believe what's written. Was that really an factual interview?
That was a real interview, actually, Maeve. I'm not making that up.
On what website?
I think it was Ireland.ie Independent.
Like in the beginning, when I was like being like very, very, very healthy. Although, you know what? I'm still all about the eggs in the morning. It's the best way to start the day. You have to have eggs in the morning.
Is. Yeah, I love egg whites. Sometimes when I'm feeling a bit crazy, I'll pop downstairs and when I've got nothing on in the weekend, I will just pop in like a 12 egg whites, take all the egg yolks out, which is actually a lot of fun getting those egg yolks out. They can be tricky little devils. And then I'll just whisk it up and then make an egg white omelette. And it's lovely. And you just
save some time there and just buy a carton of egg whites.
Yeah, but I've got the time on my hands, and actually the challenge is nice. It's a very rewarding experience out there. I'm not taking it for granted, and then I hold those oaks for a while, and then throughout the day they're like little snacks I have, just little shots of egg yolk.
Oh,
yeah, great for your skin. Great for your skin.
Really?
Yeah. Highly recommend it.
Who knew? Not me. That's amazing.
Well,
I should add that onto the website.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Beauty tips, is that what you're doing now?
Beauty tips. I mean, I do a lot of I've said number of times on the podcast, one of my favorite things to do when I before I play a big rugby match or have a big meeting is I like to shave my body. That's one of my beauty tips. Just shave it top to bottom, not the eyebrows or the mustache, because that's great top lip banter, and just feeling I just feel smooth, slick and slender. The three S's that will make you successful on the pitch and off the pitch.
What does your shaving routine involve? I'm quite intrigued.
Well, obviously Manscaped, because they are a big sponsor of this podcast, number one sponsor of the podcast. So we use the Lawnmower 3.0.
4.0 is coming out soon.
Yeah, 4.0 is coming out soon. I cannot bloody wait to use that, and I'll just be in there. I'll get the chest hair, the leg hair down to little beads, and then I will have a 15-minute cold shower, just intense, that's my sort of routine. And I'll get some shaving foam and I'll just spend, a good 45 minutes with a Veet, and I'll just be shaving all over armpits, hair, and it's just nice. And then I sort of moisturize afterwards. It's brilliant. And I feel sort of like I guess I feel like a boiled egg, funny enough.
Well, Maeve, as we were just saying,
you
you've recently become engaged and plan to marry next year in Ireland. I believe you have 40 aunties. He only has one. Can you give us an insight into who your fiance is? Is he in the fitness world? Did he attend public school? Would he get on with Archie?
He did attend public school, actually.
Yeah.
Well, he's a rugby. Who did he play for? I don't remember. He did play semi-professional, I think.
Wow.
Can't remember for who. If he was here, I would have shouted in to ask him, but he's popped out for a walk. So, but yeah, you would definitely get on very well. I can't even remember the school he went to, but apparently it was very good.
Does he follow has he seen my chanter on Instagram?
I believe he does follow you.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
We do not mention. We just call him himself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fan of sharing sharing such that. I'm just like, I share too much in the social media world. I don't need to share.
Yeah.
I don't need to share that. But the wedding is very exciting. And we're having it at a location with an amazing golf resort. So
wow.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah,
wow.
Really
that
looking
sounds
forward to it.
Look, if I don't know if you need, if you want me to come, I can say a few words. I'm a great public speaker, also a whiz on the golf course, do a lot of my business on the golf course. So, let me know for a small fee. For a small fee, I'm more than welcome to make myself available.
Well, Maeve, pre-finding love, you've written about how happy you were being single for a couple of years, which I understand. But Archie's now approaching his mid-30s, hasn't had a girlfriend in over 8 years.
Yeah.
So surely at that point, you'd start to panic.
Nope.
Do you have any advice on what he can do to get back out there and fall in love?
No, I
well,
don't need it.
Himself, so my fiance was actually like you, mid-30s, single.
What a guy.
10 years.
Semi-pro.
What a guy. You know what? I think he might have been, pretty popular in Clapham area.
I reckon I've already met this guy.
You're stepping into his shoes.
Yeah.
Since we got together 3-4 years ago.
That kind of makes sense.
You've probably taken over.
Yeah, because I only became the CEO of Clapham about 4 or 5 years ago, and they never told me the guy who had the job before. And they did say semi-pro professional.
I thought you were the OG.
Yeah.
No, he was a Clapham boy. So
all semi-professional rugby players do live in Clapham. I mean, I'm guessing he's in good shape.
I've never been to Clapham.
What?
I just thought I'd let you know. I have never been.
Okay.
To Clapham.
Okay. Well, mate. Let me just.
We're gonna have to finish this interview.
Let me just tell you, okay, because Clapham is just one of the most beautiful areas in London. You've got Clapham South, which is, it's on the border of Brixton. It's very cultural, a lot of art going on there, but some solid lash. Then you've got Clapham Common, which is between Clapham North and Clapham Common, is Clapham High Street, where Inferno's is, one of the greatest nightclubs ever. I highly recommend you go there before you get married. And it's a truly wonderful experience. Then you have Clapham South as you go towards the Balham area, which is an area we are in the middle of acquiring. Clapham South is lovely. Some great schools, some great yummy mummies, but also a lot of guys who work in the city, a great community there. And then you've got Clapham Junction, which is the sort of feeding ground to Clapham South. A lot of young guys who either come there on the weekend to scout out the area. You've got Northcote Road, lovely restaurants. And again, on the weekend, you'll see a lot of rigs and a lot of guys with high basic salaries. So, I cannot tell you how good it is. It's a stone's throw away. It's a 10-minute train journey from Shepherd's Bush.
That's right. It really is.
It's unexcusable. You need to go with himself for brunch on the Northcote Road ASAP. On me. On
you. You're actually paying. You're getting your money out.
I'll put my car behind the bar.
Okay.
Okay. I will let them know. When I go there with himself. Although, you know what, they might be like, they might recognize him as being the previous CEO of Clapham. So
could cause some problems for you, Archie.
I'm willing to.
Maybe that's why I have never been.
Well, you know what? I think it would bring you a lot of happiness.
It definitely would.
It makes me happy every day when I walk. I do my lap every day just to monitor every area, and it just makes me happy. I always have a little smile on my face.
Well, Maeve, I was going to ask, because Archie's ideal girl would be quarter Irish, quarter Welsh, quarter Scottish, quarter English, but educated in England, sort of a hybrid mix of a British and Irish lion.
Yeah.
Do you have any Irish friends in London who we can introduce Archie to, who may want to go out with the secondary CCO?
Who are still single?
Hard.
Sweet but psycho? I'm not sure. I'll have a think about it. I will definitely let you know. I'm surprised that women aren't knocking down your door.
Mate, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Archie, you're very lonely.
I'm not. I'm having the best time of my life right now.
You spent a year by yourself.
Yes, but I had amazing time.
Did you?
Yeah, kind of.
It is really nice to spend time by yourself.
Yeah.
Not a year.
It can be tough. It can be lonely. Can be lonely.
Yeah.
I do have some times where I do think, it'd be great to watch Living in the Lions with a girl, but look, I'm happy. Just move on.
As long as you're happy, then that's fine.
Well, the last relationship he was in was very, very short-lived. It was with an older lady. She was into some weird things in the boudoir. Things got out of control. She used to tuck him into bed. You were also in a bit of a toxic relationship, which I've heard you talk about and write about. When you look back on that period of your life, what are your reflections on how such a nasty situation sort of unraveled, and how thankful are you that you didn't go through with the engagement, I believe, and whatever it was, and now you've got this wonderful, the original CCO you're about to get married to?
Well, obviously, I'm very thankful that that didn't happen. Actually, was a city person. Maybe you know him. Don't know.
It sounds like I'd be your ideal man if you were getting married.
You never know. But it's not meant to be, because I am getting married. But yeah, no, I'm so obviously I'm so glad that that's over. And I think like when you go through those situations, like it's obviously like hard coming out the other side and you think, oh, my life is over. But you just got to pick yourself up and just be like, and focus on yourself. And I think that's like the best thing. So that I was single for like 2.5 years, and I literally went from, swanning around, having a great time, just being like not really doing much, to like focusing on my career and soaring.
Killing it.
And then met himself.
I should introduce you to my mother, because she never recovered after my dad left her.
Oh.
Yeah. Sad.
She's focused on lots of self-love.
Yeah.
Maeve, were you on the apps before you met this wonderful man? Were you on RAYA? Were you on, just give us an insight into the world of dating from a wonderful, beautiful, incredibly successful businesswoman?
You can ask me these questions, Well,
I can't, because you've been single for 8 years. You weren't allowed on RAYA. They blocked your application twice.
They did not. So I actually was single for like a whole year. I was like, I need to sort my shit out. So went to the gym, started lifting weights, got really fit, felt great. Yeah. Was like, okay, now I'm ready. Whole new wardrobe, the works. I was like, let's go travel, girls. Let's get out there. Obviously, went on RAYA. I didn't go on like Bumble, Tinder, whatever.
Were you allowed on straight away? I'm guessing you were. Well, because I
had some pretty impressive modeling pictures. Let's just put it there.
Oh,
I uploaded my profile. I was like not wearing this hoodie and a top knot. No. I was out there with the bikini shots, with the, up close selfies, like, feeling fab. Yeah. So that was fun time.
Can you write down, you need to take some more modeling photos of me.
Of you.
And that's maybe where I'm going wrong on RAYA. And get some nice black and white.
So.
Did you ever go on a date with
and also, you need a good song, because the song choice on RAYA, anybody who's single listening, as a female, when you put it on, and if a guy has a really bad song choice, it's just an X.
What was your song choice?
What was?
Oh, still got the app. Still got the app. She's engaged, but she's still got the app, ladies and gentlemen.
I actually don't still have the app. What's that? It's some Rita Ora song.
Well, Archie, what would yours be?
I can't remember. It was a good, it was a sexy song. It was a sexy song that in 2017 was really
big.
Was really, really good. You know what? I did well. We did good on RAYA.
I would normally have Nickelback. Probably Rockstar by Nickelback, or Never Made It as a Blind Man. Never made it as a poor man singing. That kind of song. Bloody good.
That's a good one. I think that would work.
Maeve, were you aware that were you aware that we had a top 10 hit over Christmas, a song Archie wrote in the charts?
No. No, you didn't.
Oh. Well, the marketing didn't really work there. Okay. I'll tell you where the marketing did work. On your best-selling book, Beat Your Bloat. Bestseller provides recipes and exercises to promote digestive health. As you've suffered firsthand with IBS, PCOS. Now, for a fellow sufferer of IBS, a disease I thought only inflicted sort of the Jewish race, what are your top 3 tips for maintaining a healthy gut?
This is on the spot kind of question. Well, one, you have to kind of, everybody's different.
Right.
So it's not like a generalization. It's not like one size fits all. So it's definitely like figuring out what affects you. But my top, if it was just like a generalization, I personally, I think a good probiotic is obviously great for the gut. Get all of that bacteria, all that good bacteria in there, depending on the type of, you could have, anyway, we're not going into the science. Then hydration, lots of hydration, and sleep. Sleep is so important. I think people not sure about you, but anyway, for females, it's definitely, we actually do scientifically need a lot more sleep than men. So definitely 8+ hours. Also, the sleep really helps with the wrinkles on the face. The sleep is great for everything. You just need the sleep. Lots of sleep, 8 to 10 hours a night.
How many hours a night do you sleep?
Like 9.
Wow.
You're incredible.
I can only do about 6, but I've got so much stuff going in my mind. I'm up, sometimes you have to be up for China.
Yeah.
US
Asian
markets.
Desk. Yeah.
Well, what time is that?
Sometimes 4, sometimes 3. Money never sleeps. And, my dad said to me, once you've made your money, that's when you'll be happy. And fingers crossed, in a couple of years, I'll hit that peak and I will be very, very happy.
Aren't you in your 30s?
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Okay.
If I get it by 540, that's when I'm going to hit the peak, take my career to the next level.
What's your big celebration?
Just probably go out and Clapham with my mates. Just fingers crossed they're not all married with kids. Or I just go to Dubai and have a filthy big brunch. It's bloody good fun, dudes. Have you been?
Yes.
It's so good, isn't it? It's just so good. Big out to all the Dubai guys listening. They're just such good people.
Well, Maeve, obviously you've worked so hard to create this incredible business, but also encourage people to eat healthily and exercise. So I read that you were disgusted by people who promote laxatives, but Archie actually used to invest in a laxative subordinate for AC Limited, and it worked pretty well, to be fair.
Yes.
So what are the...
We legally can't talk about it though.
Oh.
Yeah. Just because there were complications.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just don't think that anything that makes you want to shit your knickers is fun. And also, it's just water. It's just dehydration. There's not actually any. It's shit. Literally.
What is the? Do you obviously we've had James Smith on the podcast. We've had Paula Lima, and we've had
David Birtwistle,
David Birtwistle, Chloe Madeley. But I mean, obviously James Smith, Paula Lima, they like to call people out on social media. Have you done that? And have you had run-ins with sort of minor celebrities selling their laxatives?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I just don't. I let people do their. I don't follow a lot of people. You know what? I follow people, but I also mute a lot of people. I like to create my feed so that it makes me feel good. When I go on social media, I'm just seeing the people that I enjoy following, or lots of, dogs and stuff. I love the puppy content.
Yeah. You just want to feel good after a hard day's work.
I'm actually looking at
I don't want to be looking at people selling crap or with really bad form in the gym. And they that would just annoy my head. And I don't like toxicity in my life.
Can I recommend a really happy medium in the fitness world? I don't know if you're aware, but in our first series, we had Alex Marks from The Bachelor, Channel 5. And he produces some phenomenal content. He really does.
Followership's been going down, but I think his content's been good.
Oh, check him out. It's bloody good. Bloody good. It's a happy medium between. No, it's good. It's really good. Check it out. You'll enjoy it.
Is it a UK show?
Yeah, it was big numbers for Channel 5. And let me tell you, that's hopefully
36,500 followers. Is that him?
He's been going down. It's been going down, sadly.
Unfortunately, I don't think people have been enjoying the content.
Maybe he should have done the live workouts. You know what? He doesn't follow me.
Right, that's it. If he followed me,
he would have been get on the live workouts. We've got this. Fitness, travel, and memes.
Maeve, do you train quite a lot of the Made in Chelsea lot?
No. I don't.
I saw you followed a couple of them, so I apologize for asking that question.
I do follow a few of them. No, I don't. I don't train. Who did I train in the past? No one really. My clients, I had a lot of Russian clients, a lot of more businessy.
Yeah.
Do you have their contact details?
I do, but we can't discuss that on the show.
Off the pod. Yeah, that could be a good business opportunity for me. I'll go in there. I'll do business and I'll cut you 10%.
A lot of
20%.
Knightsbridge queens. That's what I had before, which was really great.
Do you prefer doing the online stuff now? Does it sort of give you more satisfaction?
I think there's more. Because obviously I'm training such a huge audience compared to one-to-one training. and it's just, it's obviously financially better for me to train in large numbers than one-to-one. But I do prefer it. And it means that I also have more time. Like when if you're training someone, you have to like go to their home, wait for them to be ready, train them. And then, it eats into your day.
Maeve, I want to talk to you about something serious just for a second.
Freddie, you are like Piers Morgan, a young Piers Morgan. The way you draw this interview back to questions is phenomenal.
PCOS is
very good.
Thank you. PCOS is a very common problem with 1 in 10 women suffering from it. Can you tell us the horrific pain so we can educate the masses you suffered from in the eventual A&E trip, I believe, which seemed to act as a catalyst to change your life for the better?
Yeah, like more than one. It was actually during my dissertation, and it was like, so I'm writing my dissertation, and I'm getting these really bad pains, and I was like, if I go to the hospital, I'll be able to get an extension on my dissertation because I'll get a doctor's note.
Smart.
Exactly. So off I trot to the hospital, but as I was like en route, the pain started getting worse, and I was like, oh my god, actually I think there could be something really wrong. And then when I went in there, it was just emergency. Doctor came, did a scan, and was like, oh my god, rushed me into theater. And then next thing you know, they're like removing ruptured cysts from my ovaries, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. God. So that was crazy. And then I got diagnosed with PCOS, and then it happened again, and then a couple of years later, I grew this thing. It's called a fibroid, which is also another female-y thing, where you grow these like muscle masses, not the good kind, but literally like the size of a cantaloupe. And it just makes you hold all this water weight, which is crazy. And yeah, so I had that removed, and now I'm fine. But I have to like go to the doctor all the time.
So what would your message be to anyone who thinks they're suffering from that? I mean, get out there and
go right away, demand tests, demand answers. Like, it's kind of like a silent, like thing. I can't think of it right.
It sounds like it's more a female problem.
Well, yeah, it's specifically a female.
Well, that's good. We have 18% female listenership. 80% female listenership on this pod, and I think they'll really appreciate that.
I think they will.
And actually, it's good for the guys listening because it's a great conversation starter on a date.
Maeve,
where you're going wrong.
Archie's in the shape of his life, but keeps on saying to me that I need to get in shape.
You do.
And he thinks that he could like come up with these, incredible
very
routines.
Broad. Like
rugby player.
I'm
not.
There you go.
So I was wondering, what would your top tip be to someone now? The world is opening up, summer is upon us. Hopefully we can get away for a couple of weeks this year.
Freddie, just sleep. You don't sleep.
Okay. So sleep and I'll look absolutely fantastic.
And stop drinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, sleep just aids recovery, but obviously, like get the workouts going. You could obviously join me on Queenstone Quit. It's at
I think I'm going to.
Or MaeveMadden.com.
I think I will do. Maeve,
you could join my new website, Freddie.
What's that?
Or just pay me and I'll train you, because I just come to CrossFit with me with the chassis.
Are you a personal trainer?
Maeve,
are you an Instagram trainer?
I'm probably
that's a thing. Now people are like, do my workouts. I'm like, are you training?
I'm probably going to move into that space very soon. That, or I might buy a puppy. I'm not sure, but whatever will work to grow my following.
And then create a new puppy account. I will share that. Okay. I love that.
But I am thinking about starting a Chassis Monster Instagram account. That's just me and the Chassis Monsters, my CrossFit team. And actually, mate, you'd really enjoy them. They're really good guys, all in really good shape. Got a lot of chat about fitness. A lot of chat. Like what they don't know about exercise bikes or kettlebells or battle ropes or snatches is not worth knowing. And you could just imagine the chat we have, and we talk about the turf games. That is a place to go. So yeah, Fred, you can go.
Is that in Clapham?
The turf games is an international CrossFit games played by a lot of rigs. Big guys who shift a lot of tin. Very much like myself.
Maeve, you're an incredibly motivational person, obviously being a trainer, being a businesswoman. And I've seen on your Instagram stories, you from time to time, to your hundreds of thousands of followers, you post little quotes, little motivational speeches. Now, Archie's actually quite well known in the community for being a motivator. So I was wondering, Arch, could you give one of your original quotes to Maeve? Maybe she would share it on her account and we can see if it, influences the masses. What would you go for?
Simple. I say it to the guys before we go on the pitch. I say it to my team around the desk in the city. I say, guys, look good, play good.
Do you think that'll go down well, Maeve?
Feel good? Could you add like a feel good in there?
Look good, play good, earn good.
Oh, okay then. That's just blunt and to the point.
Yeah.
I like, that's a great Monday motivational quote.
It's also on my Hinge profile and my Tinder profile.
What's Hinge?
Oh, Hinge is a lovely dating app.
It's a slightly more cultured Tinder, essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to know about that. You're getting married.
Yeah.
More for me.
Exactly.
More for me.
More for you. Exactly.
Maeve, you're now running, obviously, this sort of multi-million-pound empire. You're a genius. Everything's going fantastically.
I am.
All from the comfort of your own sitting room. When you look back at the incredible success you've had over the last couple of years, what's been the most important catalyst? Archie's a businessman. He always looks for that little gain he can get. What is that little sort of bit of advice or that moment where your success just went through the roof?
I don't know. what that like particular moment is. I think you just like, it just happens. If you just don't give up, like eventually it'll just happen for you. I think people just like, you have to just be consistent, be consistent all the time, learn from your mistakes, make mistakes. Like it's better to fail and learn and then grow from it than to be safe. Don't be safe. Just get out there. Don't keep pushing yourself.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of standing still. Oh no, what's the quote I was going to say?
Well, I don't know. It's not very good.
Don't be afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of standing still.
There you go. That's a great one.
Yeah.
I think my followers would love that.
Actually, it's
that should be your new quote.
It could be, don't be afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of standing still. Earn good money. Just that little last bit, just to motivate them.
Well, it's not all for me. It's not about the money.
Yeah, me neither. When I hit that point, as my dad said, I'll be happy when I get to that point. I just want to get to the money, and then I don't
think you can ever have enough, though. That's the thing. So that's why I don't focus on it.
Yeah.
Because if you just keep earning it, you can never obviously have a goal, but when you hit that goal, is it enough? No. Like you just have to keep going. Like it's never enough.
Once I have a 5-bed in Clapham that I don't have a mortgage on, I think that will be enough. And then the happiness will be at the top it's ever been.
But when you want to have maybe like a summer home?
Yeah, but by that point, I'll have the money from the house. And I would be so happy and content with having a house that then I can focus on filling it with someone I meet. And then hopefully her parents will be rich enough to invest in a house abroad. And then we will be even more happy. And then we'll have children. We'll send them to boarding school. And then
there goes your summer house.
They will be so happy that they spend the majority of time at school, not with us. And we can just have a great social life.
Sounds great.
That does sound pretty cool.
Good business plan.
Maeve, you've been absolutely fantastic. We're going to ask one final question. It's a question we ask to all our guests. But just before we get there, you're now going to be married.
I wish I'd listened to the podcast.
Sorry?
Because you're going to ask a question that you ask everyone.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just warning you.
Don't worry. It's not that hard. You'll be great.
Yeah. So just to finish off, what is your biggest highlight so far? And also your biggest regret?
Oh, my biggest highlight is obviously creating Queens Don't Quit and my whole community, because it's just going from strength to strength, every single day, and that's amazing. I'm really proud of it. My biggest regret,
not listening to the podcast.
Not listening to that's definitely up there. I don't really have any regrets because I feel like everything leads to you to where you're supposed to be in life. Probably if I had one like career regret, no, I don't really think I have any.
Really?
No, there's this one time I did a job. It was just no, I'm not even gonna tell you.
No, go on,
Go on.
Come on. This
Come
is a
on.
safe
It's
space.
not even
mate.
that bad. It's not
Just
even
go
that
on.
bad.
Well, come on, let's hear
It's
it.
just like, back when in the modeling days, I
Yeah.
feel like I should have probably not done the modeling and done the acting. I feel like I could have had an Oscar by now.
Yeah.
So what happened on this fateful day?
Oh, just the modeling days were just horrendous. It were just like the worst thing that you can imagine. Anyway, no, it was just like this one really shitty job that I had to do. And I was just like, why am I? It was like, it's nothing big. Anyway, I had to dress up as like a giant fairy. And the girl who was really mean to me in school walked past the window and saw me as this giant fairy on a swing. And it was like the day that the guy that I was with, the New York finance guy, the day that I found out he had a whole other life. And so I'm just sitting there really miserable. It was probably like the worst day ever. And I'm like, I was regret doing that job because the money was shit. But I did it anyway.
It's not all about the money.
You know what? I
Remember
got
that.
through it because Queens don't quit. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it. Here I am. I'm working.
And in a funny way, it's a shame you never went to Inferno's because what you were wearing would have gone down a treat in Inferno's. It's fancy dress only. It's fancy dress only.
It is fancy dress only. Well, Maeve, I was going to ask very cheekily, when you were on that RAYA app, just to finish off, what was the worst celebrity date you had? Because you would have been dating some very well-known people. Just give us a little bit of an insight. You're now going to be married forever. Give us just a little snippet of someone who you thought may be, impressive, but actually come when they're really boring.
Really?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
go on. Be great, Chanta.
The worst one. Oh, I wish I could go through my phone. The worst. I have two that were really bad.
Please.
The worst one was probably Marwan Fellaini, the Man United player. Well, played for Man United.
Yeah.
Great hair, but
yeah. Oh yeah, that hair was special. No, I'd say that's probably the worst one.
no. What was the second worst?
He
though?
could have done with my routine of before you go out, just having a shave. It would have probably improved his monobrow.
Yeah, it's true. Did he take you somewhere nice at
A
least?
little bit of a barrier.
It was very barbarian.
No, the language.
Oh,
barrier.
yeah.
And what about, just to finish off, the second worst RAYA celebrity date you ever had? Who was that with?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't.
remember.
I can't. Am I being crap?
Was he English?
Do you want
Was
me
he
to name
English?
Someone?
Yeah, I want his name.
Yes. Probably Ollie Murs.
Oliver Murs. He's a cheeky Essex chappie, but it's all a character.
Is it?
I don't
He's
know.
privately educated in real
Oh
life.
no, he was quite nice. Good band. Actually, good banter. But yeah, no, just not for me.
It's a shame.
Obviously.
You want a public school city guy, clearly. I mean, they all have been. They all work in the city.
Where was I? Where was I
just
4
me.
years ago?
Well,
Where
this
was I?
wedding's going to work out, of course. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have kids and happily ever after. But if not, Archie's waiting in the wings. Maeve, you've been
Remember,
absolutely
I'll be
wonderful.
happy in about 5 years' time. 5 years' time, mate.
5 years time. Okay.
Thank you. By the way,
I'll
thank
be
you.
some more successful. The only thing I really need to add to that list that you said at the start is like an Oscar, really.
It's coming.
Maybe
It's
a
coming.
BAFTA would be great.
You can
I can see
at Christmas time we are doing a film for charity. So last year we did a music single for charity, and this year we're doing a short film called Clapham Junction, which is a sort of remake of Notting Hill but called Clapham Junction. And we'll get you involved.
Great idea.
You can win an Oscar.
Finally, I'll go to Clapham.
There you go.
We can't wait to see you. Maeve, you've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so
very,
much.
very much.
We'll
Thank
see you in
you
the
so
morning for a
much.
Massively
workout.
appreciate your time. So thank you very much,
you.
Maeve. Have a lovely evening. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Maeve.
bye.
Hola, hola, hola.